it has been feeling, John and Jonathan, very dystopian to be seeing this, honestly, as a woman, but then also as a survivor of rape, to see the number of people who have sexual improprieties, and that's being nice, including a woman nominated to be Department of Education head. So it has felt, you know, you begin to just feel like, oh my God, I'm just going to cave into myself. And then, of course, we are just like, I'm not going to cave in. But watching this has been psychologically a headache.
You know, and John, yesterday, my husband, because yesterday was Saturday, so Friday, the announcement of the Treasury Secretary came out. And I was like, that name sounds familiar.
One of our people.
Well, that's the point I was getting to. So yesterday morning, my Nick says, wait, Scott Bessent is gay?
He is.
And married?
Yes.
And has children.
He does.
Yesterday, when I brought this up, you know, if he's confirmed, would be the highest ranking LGBT person ever to serve, to be appointed and confirmed by the United States Senate. And I said, you know, I'm kind of conflicted about it. It's Trump. I'm kind of conflicted about this.
Look, I think in that case, credit where it's due. I think he's also, I think we expect the markets to shoot up when they open in Asia here in a little bit. I think Wall Street likes the guy. It is very interesting that, yes, it is Trump and not one of our team who made that historic nomination. But it's interesting looking at the cabinet. You can sort them into sort of the normies. The Marco Rubios,
a Secretary of State,
Stefanik,
UN ambassador.
Exactly. And actually, I think that, you know, in some ways, I'm interested to see especially what Elise Stefanik does there. I think that there's some tightening up of a few committees that the United States could be doing. And then there's everybody else who it just seems it's very performative. You definitely have to have worked at Fox News. That is extremely important. And look, at a time especially where there are so many portions of the country that are in crisis and that expressed this election as a crisis moment, as a crisis move, reacting to economic circumstances or many, many others, seeing people that don't have the subject matter expertise and the qualifications is troubling, to say the least.
And to be clear, the futures market, they have opened in Asia and they have opened flat.
Oh.
So I'm no economist, but that...
I wasn't either when I said that.
No, but I mean, you would expect. I mean, the world was watching. Watching to see who the Treasury Secretary would be. It was named after the markets closed on Friday. Now we've got some sort of hint there. I am fascinated. This is why we started the show this way. I am fascinated by the fact that Speaker Johnson hasn't been able to do anything. Well, starting with then Speaker McCarthy wasn't able to do anything without Democrats. Then Speaker Johnson couldn't do anything without Democrats. Now they're going to go into a new Congress next year and be in the same situation. If you were Leader Jeffries, Maria, how would you go about working with Republicans?
Oh, my God. Why did you have to ask me that question?
Because you're smart.
You know what? I'm going to quote the congressman who said, the Republicans seem to be unconnected to reality. Those were his words. And I'm like, yeah. You know what, Jonathan? It's very hard to think about compromise in this moment. I have to be honest with you. I think we have to... I'm not a party to normalizing what's happening right now. And so and I'm not a political scientist in the sense of being a strategist. I mean, I'm really good on communications. But I think at this point, the Democrats have got to exert whatever power they have. And we all would agree that your party, needs to roll up their sleeves and get a little bit of spine.
But also act powerful, act strong.
That's
I think
what I'm
so
saying.
much of what's been exposed by recent elections is people don't think we flex enough. People do not think that we have the stiff iron spine.
But you don't flex enough.
I could not agree with you more. I think that we need to punch a lot harder and use power and every lever when we have it. By the way, the other team's not going to stop doing it. In fact, they're using levers of power really effectively, even when they're not in majorities. They can certainly dominate and own a political conversation and set the tone for the country. We got to do the same.
I like that. Flex. Don't go anywhere. I'll have more with Maria and John throughout the hour. But next, the second